Hello, welcome back y'all. Today I got an install video from the field. In this video you will see me finish one of my coworkers' install jobs and bring the system online. By the time I leave, the only active event on the system is a supervisor from the sprinkler system tamper valve, which is something from the sprinkler guy's side and not mine. Also, please do note that not everything that happened that day was recorded in its entirety. For example, part of the testing is missing, as I was just sitting at the panel doing the boring job while my coworker did all the walking and testing of the devices. This is standard practice for us, as I was the one who programmed the system and I was the one who needed to be there at the panel to make sure any programming changes that needed to be made in case something came up was made. But at least I did get as much of the good footage as possible, like the sound test and all that. Anyways, with that being said, please do feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and have an awesome day. Thank you. Now on to the video.
Another day, another iO1000. Let's see. There's one more tool I needed. Side dikes. Doing a little bit of everything today. Gotta land these freaking enunciator wires. Cause the subs didn't do it, so screw 'em. I'm gonna do it my way. These could be better. I don't like the way that looks. I'm doing it like this. Those aren't going nowhere. These are landed. Blue is positive, brown is negative. That's one way to land the ground. I guess whatever works, eh? Or it might actually be how you're supposed to do that. Who knows, who cares? Yeah. Now we need to get up there. We need to check. Actually, no, not yet. Oh, wait. Because we got a surge protector for this guy. One of these guys. Let's go find that enunciator. I want to see how they wired it. Because it concerns me that the wires were loose. I wonder if I can get in. Lock tight. So I gotta go in the long way. They didn't even land all the devices. Come on. This might be it right here. How are we gonna get anything done if the person that's supposed to freaking be here is not here and not doing anything?
Well, let me explain something. So, what's going on is that I was told that the system was already all fully put up, and like all the devices were up, all that I needed to do was power on the panel and program it and be done with it. But that wasn't the case, so what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be working with the install guy and we're going to finish putting everything up. So, yeah. At least the install guy was nice. And I figured just well, I figured out a way to make it all work. That's the bottom line. I figured out a way to make it all work. And you'll see that in this video. Okay, enough of me rambling. Time to get back to the video.
Everything else is in. It seems like it. Are there any... No, there's not. And we're back. Had to do an entire walk of the site because I'm about to do some programming. And I was told all the devices are landed, yet not all the devices are landed. I think I'm... Let's see. Let me double check the prints. But first, let me just go through. This is our annunciator, or what's supposed to be the annunciator. Pole station's supposed to be there. Horn strobe's supposed to be there. I know something's got to be in this room. Something's supposed to be there, or something's supposed to be there. Let's check the prints. Alright, let's see here. We're missing device number 138. That's going to change. SLC with one detector. That's mechanical room. Oh, that's next door. Oh, I see. Yeah, there's supposed to be a smoke detector in here. This is going to be smoke FACP. I'm going to edit the program I made in just a second. And I'm going to get all these devices to match the prints. It's supposed to also be heat detector somewhere. Or so I'm told. Oh, there it is. It's in the armory, apparently. Open office. EOL 15K. It's going to be this device right here. Annunciator. Yep. We're missing that. You know, we're going to files. We're going to do it that way. I'm tired of this thing zooming out on me. Oh, come on, you. Come on. Okay. This will tell me everything I need to know. That's this. So LED. It's probably that CT2 is what AAM is. They got that wrong in the prints. This is supposed to be a CT2. Can anybody do anything right? Or maybe somebody took a shortcut. Yeah, that might be what it is. Originally priced two CT1s, but instead they're using a CT2. Is there even a pull station in here? Oh, I missed that. There ain't even a pull station in here. Well, let's take a picture of that too. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna get the battery terminals all set up.
Before anyone asks why I decided to put the battery terminals together before I went up and put everything up that was missing, well, the devices that were missing were not actually at this site. Instead, they were in, I believe it was the sub's truck. I think that's where they were. But yeah, I decided since I already had the battery cables there and I could go ahead and crimp the battery terminal, well, crimp all the connectors for the batteries and land the, no, I didn't even do that yet. Well, whatever it was, I decided to just go ahead and take care of the battery cables first because that's what was there and that's what was available. Okay, back to the video.
Go ahead and crimp one of these ends. There you go. That'll work. Come on. There you go. Get in there. No, don't poke my freaking hand. I want you to really get in there. That'll work. And then when the batteries come in, I'll trim these to the perfect size. And we'll go from there. And as for this guy right here, I know exactly how I'm going to do this guy. second I was like, really? Okay, let's see here. One of these. And another one of these. Oh, come on. Here you go. And here we are. So these in the bottom of the panel for now, because we'll need them in a couple seconds when I get the batteries. And then clean up after ourselves, because we ain't no pigs up in here. And I say that as I threw those freaking zip ties just wherever. That'll do. These batteries, we're gonna have to move. Oh no, wait, these were the batteries. Okay. I was about to say. So I can go ahead and kind of trim these out now. But I ain't gonna plug them in. Not yet, at least. Don't get the wrapping on here. Alright. Let's go ahead and land. I ain't gonna plug these batteries into the panel. All I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna unravel this. I'm gonna see. Goes up to about right here. This wire can sit in this box. This wire can sit right here like that. And gonna keep these plugged in. Unplug these. Come on. This is why I hate this freaking stranded cable stuff, because this stuff just doesn't want to freaking strip properly. I'll go ahead and make these the same length. Ah, come on. Stupid stuff, just... I freaking hate stranded cable, man. It's just stupid. Freaking hate this stuff, man. Okay, all ready to go. With that, let's see. Now we need to look at the prints. We need to start writing stuff down. I'll go back in the program, change device addresses, correct everything. All right, let's look at the prints here. And of course, I'm going to need something to write with. It's not what I'm looking for at all. Where's my freaking writing? There it is. That's what I need. Print front? No, it doesn't print front back. Okay. There's only one floor in this building, so that's all we need to write down. Just one floor. Now, let's see here. Let's look at the wiring diagram. Loop 1 device 1 is a smoke detector. Loop 1... Okay, no, loop 1 device 2 is also smoke. Loop 1 device 3 is also a smoke. Device 4 is a smoke. Device 5 is also smoke. Device 6 is a duct detector. Device 7 is also a duct detector. Device 8 is another smoke. Device 9 is a smoke. Device 10 is a smoke. Device 11 and 12 are both smokes. Device number 13 is a heat. And that's it for detectors. Now let's double check the prints. Go ahead and put the labels on there. We got loop on device 1. That's gonna be smoke FACP. Device number 2, smoke Mac room 131. Device 3 is gonna be smoke training room 123. Device 4 is gonna be smoke storage room 122. Device 5 is gonna be smoke vestibule.
I'm here. I'm queer. Not necessarily.
I have something that you probably will not believe. You'll be completely shocked about. All I gotta say is start scrolling from here. And one of those is supposed to be our enunciator.
All this shit is missing?
Yes.
Jesus, Marcos.
And one of those is right behind you.
I know this is missing because he has the device on him.
He doesn't even have the freaking plates mounted.
So where is all this missing? Where is it all missing?
Let me take a look at the prints. I know. I'd do a whole walk around yourself because there's so much missing. Device 5. What's this? Corridor 102. God. Duct detector. Corridor 102. I'm gonna go ahead and just call that duct detector core 102 by locker. Locker room. Now device number 8 is going to be a smoke in our IT room. Number 9 is going to be our smoke I don't need that there. That's too much. Smoke, file, supply, 112. Alright, now where's device number 10? It's gonna be HDU equipment room. Seriously? I need to switch to maybe a different pencil, because I'm tired of the freaking lead breaking on these. Yeah, anyway. Smoke, HDU, equipment room, 129. Smoke. SWAT equipment room 128. Device number 12 is going to be smoke weapons storage room 109. And finally, number 13 is going to be heat detector. Let's remove this because we just want to say heat armory room 108. Really not a big system. This is where our modules are. Let's see what we got. There we go. Got a pole, another pole, .130 is another pole. 131 is a pole. 132 is a pole. 133 is another pole. Battery died. Man. Okay, now where were we? This should be Bay 127, southeast exit. Alright, that should be everything. SLC ends here. Alright, I'm gonna have to rewrite all my correlations, but whatever. Should have waited to write till I had all the prints. Oh, come on, you. You're gonna make me do it one at a time, aren't you? Alright. Let's start from scratch. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smokes. Add device. 2 duct detectors. Put them in as super ducts. Ah, you dog. And then we're gonna go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 5 more smokes. That is 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Better second guess yourself and confirm you're correct than to know that you're not correct, and then pay the price for it. For now, I'll put you in as a fixed heat detector, but we'll see if your rate of rise or not. Actually, it might actually say it on the prints. Let me double check. Better to know now than to not know and be in a sticky situation. Heat. HRD. I freaking knew it. I freaking knew it'd be a rate of rise. And that's what we'll change it to. Sweet. The prints save me again. Hopefully. Hopefully is the key word. Okay. That's it for detectors. Now we're gonna go to modules. You dog. Come on. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to delete all those devices, because I can just flip to the modules. I know that these 4 devices are going to be swapping places. Really? Oh, come on. Delete. Delete. We want 2 poles and 1 CT2. We want to change this to supervisor non-latching. We want... Hey, wait a minute. Duct alarm. Completely forgot about that. We want this actually to be duct supervisory latching. Duct supervisory latching. Alright, now that's correct. And then all these should just be pull stations. That's correct. Now we're gonna go and we're gonna start labeling. Smoke at FACP. And whatever, I'll put the room number. Slash electrical elect room. Room 130. Oh, I'm on the wrong pages. And then we want smoke. Don't know why I abbreviated here. It's not dummy proof. That's better. Smoke. Mechanical room, 131. Smoke. Training room, 123. Aye, you dog. Smoke. Storage room, 122. Smoke. You got training, you got storage, yeah, you got smoke. Vestibule, 101. Duct detector. Vestibule, 101. Duct detector. Corridor, 102. By locker rooms. And then smoke. IT room, 113. Smoke. File supply. Room 112. Smoke. HDU equipment. Room 129. Smoke. Whatever, I'll just abbreviate it just for kicks and giggles. SWAT equipment room 128. Smoke. Weapons storage. You dog. Storage room 109. And then heat. Armory room 108. Alright, on to the pull stations. Hang on, let me just make sure. Yep, that's everything on that end. Electrical room 130. Pull mech room 131. Water flow room 131. Tamper Room 131. Pole supply room 124. Pole kennel south exit. Pole kennel north exit. Pole vestibule 101. Pole class room 110 left. Full classroom 110 right. Pull vehicle bay 127 southwest exit. Pull office 103A exit. Pull vehicle bay 127 northwest exit. Northeast exit. And then southeast exit. Perfect. And now that should be it for our devices. Until I need to get all the barcodes in, which I'll do that today. Close. Save. Correlations. Okay, let's see. Okay, I put all the smokes in. Okay, 6 and 7 were the ducks, okay. Alright, we got pull 127, 126, 127, 128. I'll start at 130. We'll check our. Yep, everything of those is in there. Save. Make sure the correlation's saved. Alright, everything's in. Okay, here's where we are now. just put the enunciator in. Went ahead and landed it all. Just still waiting for the sub to finish putting up all the rest of the SLC devices. So I just figured I'd do this while I was waiting. Alright. Looks pretty as a picture. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm gonna label all these freaking wires. This will be my landline, which actually I don't need to label these yet because I don't know which one's line 1 or line 2 because they haven't landed them on their end yet. This I know is SLC. They're tied together. So these must both be SLC. Oh. SLC. And these are both my NAC 1 and NAC 2 wires right here. So let's pull these out, label these. This will be NAC 1. And this will be NAC 2. Don't know why I got 2 SLC wires, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little piece of wire and I'm just going to use that along with these wire nuts right here, just land it like that. So that way I can only have one wire going in the terminal even though it's tapped right here. Still not an ideal way I want to do this, but this is what I was given. I gotta land it. And I already landed my enunciator wires. There's not enough sheathing to write that it's enunciator. We do know that this is the enunciator COM. This is the enunciator 24 volts. And one thing I didn't show on the enunciator is how it was wired. I wired blue as my positive, brown as my negative, and these wires right here, this is negative, this is positive. Negative can also be referred to as COM. And on the enunciator there's also dip switches to set the address, and also one other thing is be careful when you set the address. Dip switch number 7 chooses whether the enunciator goes to a, what's it called, an EST3X or an ESTIO. Okay, should be it. If something else pops up, I'll get back to y'all. Alright, here's what we're gonna do now. I got a little bit of wire here finally, so we're just gonna do this. Open her up a little bit. Oh, there it goes. There's a little bit of that. Only need about yay much. Because we're gonna be creating a little pigtail. So that when it's time to land the SLC, see how small these terminal blocks are? I'm not trying to fit. I'm not gonna do it like where I try to fit. Yeah, or yeah, Cedar Crest is one of my other jobs. I'm not gonna say much more than that. Privacy reasons. Okay, yeah. Probably strip this back a little bit more. We're gonna do this. Really strip her back. And we're gonna do the same for this guy, because we gotta tie 3 wires together, basically under 1 wire cap. So you want these guys nice and long. Okay, this guy's probably a little too long. That's better. So here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this one at a time. This gets a little tricky. And again, this is not the most ideal way to do it, but sometimes you're just in a situation. There's not much you can do about it. Alright, there's that one. Hey, come on. Get back in there. Get back in that pouch. Need you in that pouch. There. And then you just twist the wire cap on there. I always pre-twist because it makes everything stay better. And not to sound like a broken record, this is not the most ideal way to do this, but I'm kind of in a pinch right now. Gotta do what I gotta do. To tap the circuit, these terminal blocks are small. So we gotta do it this way. And then these, if I set them like this, here we go. Take my wire cutters. About yay much off. Take these 2 pigtails right here. Strip them back a little bit. Then when it's time to land the SLC, go where it says B, positive here, and negative here. Okay. Okay, here's what I'm doing now. I'm collecting barcodes. You need barcodes in order to assign addresses to devices. And right now I'm going to take apart the module monitoring our water flow and tamper. And also while I'm at that, I need to find and just see if they put the, did they put the resistor on yet? Did they land the module? Oh yeah, they definitely landed it. The tamper's closed. I'm gonna take this off, see if the barcode's hanging around somewhere. Barcode might still be on the device. It's probably on the front of it. Well, I see what the problem is. They couldn't get these screws to behave properly. No, one of these is still behaving. This one ain't though. Yeah, that's not good. I'll fix that later. And I need to get this module out. Here's our barcode for the CT2. Let's see. Okay, stick that to my shirt. You know what? I got a better idea. Why don't I put it on top of here? So that way I can button this module up. Oh no. I have to... Come on, you dog. Now you have to lay this aside first. And then put that back there like that. And put her back together. This is definitely not the right screwdriver, but I got skill, and that's what matters. Alright, that ain't going nowhere. Now we're gonna take this off. And we're gonna stick you right here. Like this, because CT2s cover 2 addresses. 24. Good thing I have a copy of the prints. Let's take a look-see here. All right, 130 is, yep, this is it right here. I'll come back and I'll relock these. This is just so that I can know which ones I got, which ones I didn't. Here we go. And painted it into the wall. Yeah, let's leave that open. I can fit my keys in here. I knew I'd drop one of these. Come on. Vegetable 101. Yep. What's this? What's this room right here? Oh, SLC goes down and then it goes all the way down to... What is it going all the way down here for? When it... Oh, this is 137. That's where I'm at. Am I at... It's just at this vestibule. I turn here. This is 137. Full office 103A. All the other ones. Whoa. What happened here? Oh no. Oh yeah, that's bad. Oh, looks like I'm writing this one down by hand. Alright. We do know this one's 135, so... Okay. Gotta love when your freaking stickers break on you. Alright, let's get you back in there. Hey, come on. Fix that in a second too. Should be my left. Okay, that should be all the pull stations and modules. So what I'll do is I'll get my little barcode scanner. Just go beep, 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 beep. Except for this one right here, where I have to type it manually, but that's no big deal. It happens. Yeah. I'll also go ahead and close all these pull stations, and I'll get back to y'all when I do. Okay, here's the deal. I didn't get all the barcodes in the video. I turned off the video and got all the ones for the detectors. And also, off video, I buttoned up all the pull stations, and yeah, just wanted to go ahead and just make that point out there. And yeah, alright, back to the video. Alright, and we're back. Baby. Hang on. This cable wants to be a little frustrating. So let's put this back in here. And now we're going to download our program into the panel. Now what that's going to do is it's going to make it so the devices show up, and after I do that, land the SoC, let it program all the devices. Just let it do its thing, man. This is the fun part. Alright. Let's go ahead and get us all situated. It's gonna give me a bunch of errors at first, but they work themselves out, especially when you get the SLC in. Alright, device config. Oh yeah, we already have those done. We have mapping turned on. Just save. And my computer is just gonna do whatever. That's okay. We're gonna go to communicate. Oh, right. Gotta go to program, advanced program. You gotta make sure the printer type is correct. Yeah, it's in panel operation. Or panel operation. No, not. It was config. It was config. Let's be in a C2C mesh device. Printer FSB. We want that. None. FSCU. And we want to make sure panel. Oh, duh. None FSCU. That's correct. And then we want to go to date and time. It is 04/10/2025. It's the time of this recording. It is currently 11:36. And then we go to RS-232CU enable. So something else just came in. We go to on, and then connect. Info status request. Login. Okay, we're gonna write to our panel now. It's gonna give us all this, but that's to be expected. Yeehaw. I got a bunch of stuff coming in. Hopefully it's not another internal fault. But you know, if it is, easy fix. Power system down, power it back up. But we'll wait to do that until I get everything else situated. When these systems are powered on for the first time, sometimes they give internal faults, but that's just because it's probably they've gotten power for the very first time. Alright. We're done. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna... Can you hold this, please? I should probably... You know what? I'm gonna get the chair, and we're gonna do it that way. And we're gonna set this here. We're gonna get the chair. We're gonna do it this way. Alright, use the computer. I'm just gonna sit her on the chair. And now we're gonna go to our loop. We're gonna go ahead and plug her in. Thank you. Just want to make sure I don't pull it too far. Alright. That is negative, that is positive. Alright, let's just land her one at a time, just to be safe.
Estoy esperando aquí que el muchacho termine de descargar el programa para activar el sistema y ver, activar la alarma y ver si hay algún problema que haya que resolver. Ya, se activó la alarma.
Okay, let me explain something. Well, let me just explain what just happened. So, here's the deal. So, the system went into alarm as soon as I plugged the SLC in. Now, the cause of this alarm is not really what you think. It was a smoke detector, but apparently something flaked out when the smoke detector was being programmed by the system, and then it just went straight into alarm. I don't know why it did that, but, well, it is what it is. And at least after letting it sit for like a couple minutes or so and letting it program through all the devices and see everything, the system reset and was able to go back to normal. You'll see me and another guy that we have there chatting about it. And we tried to do a couple things, but we ended up just letting the system wait, like I said before, and yeah. But anyway, back on to the video.
Okay, we just got an alarm.
Okay, small mechanical room 131. What is that mechanic?
Yeah, that's the room next door. It went straight into alarm.
I wonder why.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, Tamper just came in.
Okay, that should be, that's the CT2.
Yeah.
Okay, it's blinking red.
Well, that's because it's the tamper. Supervisor just came in.
Okay.
But the alarm, check that smoke detector in that mechanical room. Might be something in it. Okay.
Seems to be good, it's flashing green.
What? Hang on. Serial number. Let me get the barcode worksheet. Make sure we don't have a.
It's a 7402. Let me double check.
I got the thing right here.
Excuse me?
I got this right here. 7402. Yes, that is correct. That is smoke mechanical room 131.
I'm gonna pop the head off, put it back on, okay?
Okay. Might be a bad head. Alright, let's see. It's a good thing I started recording because this is, I told you, this is the interesting part right here. When you finally put power on the thing. You got an extra head?
No.
Oh man. Just take it down for now.
Let me go check my truck. No, I don't have an extra head. So,
Yeah.
still on?
Let me try to reset it. Maybe it's just acting flaky or something.
Yeah. You can also reboot the panel to see what's going on.
Yeah. I could do that. Oh, the alarm went away.
There you go.
Yeah, it was just acting flaky.
Right.
Either line 1, 2, program mode, map mismatch, loop 1 mapping. Alright. Here's what we're going to do now. We're going to go to CMS, telco dialer.
Okay.
We're going to turn that off
There you go.
because we don't have any sort of way to dial anything out right now.
Okay.
And we're gonna wait for this to finish doing what it's doing before I dump anything back into the panel.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely had a bit of a freak out when it first saw everything on the loop. But you know, it happens. Okay. And I'm also gonna pull the map real quick and I'm gonna see what it says. The map will tell you how it's wired.
Yeah.
Okay. Close. We got a couple warnings. What's this? Select expected. We're just gonna accept actual. Accept actual. Accept actual. Now we're gonna. No, that's not gonna work. So we just gotta do it like this. Okay. Set's giving a little bit of a problem. Accept actual. I don't accept all until I see every single device, which in this case I have. So now we're gonna accept all. accept it all. So now what we're going to do is we're going to close out of the map. Where's my cursor? There it is. Go to close. We're going to go to project. Of course, I always like to save. And then we're going to go to communication. We're going to write to the panel again. And what that's going to do is that's going to turn off all the dialer stuff. That's going to put the new map in the panel.
Okay.
And that's going to clear, hopefully, the rest of our troubles. That supervisor is going to stay there, though, but this trouble light should go out.
Right. Where's the trouble? The phone lines.
Alright, it's going to start mapping again, and hopefully that'll get rid of our mismatch. Because we got supervisory, program mode, map mismatch. That's our 3 main events right now, and we have it mapping right now, so we're going to see if that clears our mapping trouble. If it doesn't, then maybe it's a device that's... I've seen this before. A device sometimes will say it's a CR when it's a CT1 or something.
Right.
And you got to go into the map and you got to say, hey, this is not a no, this is not a CR, this is a CT1. And you got to force it to recognize that, put it back into the panel, and that will clear it. Another good trick to know is read, write, read. Whenever you connect to a panel, you want to read. Read what it says, read the status, read the map, read it, just read before you write. Because who knows, maybe it's something you don't even have to make a change. Maybe it's just something with a map or something, like if you got a map mismatch.
Right.
Yeah. But clearly we've cleared our map fault. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect from our panel. Boom, trouble light's gone.
Wonderful. Roll for your life!
Haha.
It's okay.
Yeah, I can walk through.
No problem.
Okay. Sorry, I know you just mapped here, but okay. She said it was okay.
Okay.
Just walk through.
A mí mi mujer me tiene entrenado. Si le pongo el piso mojado. Ya lo aprendí, bien aprendido.
Ooh, sorry. If you want to check this restroom,
Yeah.
I'm gonna check this restroom.
Okay,
You check
I'm
that one. Definitely nice and loud. Just a test. It's just a test. No real emergency.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna silence from the enunciator when we're done. All right, we're done. Let me go silence from the enunciator. We'll do it that way. We can't reset yet because this pull station's still active.
Yep.
Alright. Supervisory should be there, so we're gonna troubleshoot that real quick. I'm gonna export. Gonna K9 SWAT. Ugh, freaking lost my cursor again. There it is. Alright. After I get this freaking supervisory issue fixed, we'll be all done. Give Patrick the good news. Okay, that's gonna be it for this video. And before you ask, yes, I did fix the supervisory issue. I buttoned everything up, I did all that, and as of now, the system's passed its fire marshal inspection and is up and running. And yeah. Oh, and also it's now monitored. It wasn't monitored. There was no monitoring service at the time when I programmed the panel. Somebody else came out and handled that. One of our other guys. But yeah, the system's monitored. It's all buttoned up. It's all good. Passed the fire marshal inspection, like I said earlier. And yeah. Anyways, if you liked this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And again, have an amazing day. Thanks for watching.